Okay, getting ready to install the Ford Charge Station Pro. My plan is to use this right panel because I have 3 AC units and that one only has 1 in it. My goal is to get it installed over here. And there's the Ford Charge Station Pro. Here's what I'm starting with. My panel is a Square D Homeline, so 100 amp Homeline breaker. I have the 1-inch clamp for securing it once it's in the panel. Bought some nail guards. I marked out the studs with stud finder. Got a 2-gang box. I'm going to use that oscillating tool to cut it out. And stay tuned. Okay, had a change of plans. As you can see, this is the bottom of my subfloor. The rest of that is solid cinder block, so I can no longer go horizontal. I did run previously Smurf tube, as you can see, and I had this 30 amp outlet run by that, so I rerouted this, dug out the closed cell foam, ran the 3-gauge wire through the Smurf tube, went under the subfloor, and came out here in this outlet box. That's as close as I could get to where I wanted to be because this closed cell foam is just a beast to chip away at. So got everything sealed up. I'm going to drywall it. Okay, the 100 amp outlet's in. The wires are connected and done to torque. I left the white one just capped off in case of future. Don't judge the sheetrock work. I'm not a sheetrocker. Wire comes under the house and pops up here in this double gang box. And I'm ready to paint and cover. Okay, have the 100 amp breaker installed. It's off for now while I finish up the wiring. Got the walls all painted nice. Not bad for an amateur. They recommend you mount this thing right here should be 35 to 60 inches. As you can see, within that range. First, you mount this plate. That's the mounting plate. You mount it with the 2 9/16 lag bolts they include. I use some large fender washers because it's just holding down to plastic. Then you'll see the wires route through this rubber thing. There's 4 individual holes for water sealing. You punch the wires through that. It says to run the wires on this side of the HVAC wiring, high voltage AC connections. You run your ground up to here. Torque that with a 5/32 to 35 pounds. Then you run your lines here and there, torque it to 70 pounds. I added a little zip tie just to take some relief off it. So, and you wiggle these as you tighten them. And this white wire was just extra. That's the way it comes with 3 leads. So for future, if anything changes, I left that there. That's pretty much it. The other thing I forgot to mention was setting the amperage for how much use. That's this thing right here. You see it's set to number 7. That's the highest setting. It's 80 amps. You can reduce that based on the wire size that you bring in or how much amperage you have allowed in your panel. I have 2 200 amp panels that, so I have plenty of spare. All right, the last thing they recommend is that you throw power to it, turn down the breaker, and you measure the voltage coming into each one. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. And as you can see, I got 124 on that leg and 124 on that leg. So everything's good. Okay, one of the final steps is there's 9 T20 screws that bolts that hold this in. When you get it from out of the box, there's only 3 of them. This one, and that one. But there's a little bag containing the other 6. This should be solid blue if you're on grid power. It's only blinking because it's LED and the camera shutter. But that's it. Over here in the corner is the Wi-Fi codes and passwords. That's why I'm doing this at an angle just to protect that. Last thing, install the cover. Last thing is you install this cover, and if you're a bubble wrap type person, voila, mount the gun and done.